welcome back and thank you for being here. I genuinely appreciate you taking the time to come back to this channel and watch a video about something as ordinary and as important as your home. If your space constantly feels messy, if cleaning keeps getting pushed back, and every time you look around, you feel tired before you even start, this video is for you. Not because you're lazy, but because the way you're trying to deal with your space is costing you more energy than it should. In this video, I'm going to share 10 very simple, very realistic ways to take back control of your home. No buying more stuff, no complicated systems, no personality overhaul, just small, doable steps you can apply in a normal day so your space feels lighter and your mind does too. We'll start with the easiest actions, the ones you can do immediately, and then move into habits that help your home stay manageable over time. If you're watching this thinking, I know I need to do something, but I don't know where to start, stay with me. Let's begin. Before you do anything, pause for a second. The first thing to fix is not the mess, it's your role in the room. When you walk into a cluttered space and think, I need to clean this, your brain immediately registers it as work. Heavy work. Endless work. That's why you feel resistance before you even move. So here's the shift. You're not cleaning. You're deciding. Stand in one spot and look around. You are not here to organize, wipe, or perfect anything. You're only here to make decisions. This stays, this goes, this doesn't belong here. That's it. This is exactly the mindset I use when I'm unpacking a new space or resetting a home from zero. Before anything gets organized, the only job is deciding what earns a place and what doesn't. No systems, no containers yet. Just clarity. When you frame it this way, the task becomes lighter. Decisions are faster than cleaning. You're not committing to hours, you're committing to control. Pick one surface near you, a table, a counter, a chair. Touch each item once and decide its fate. No stacking, no, I'll deal with this later. Decide and move on. Once you stop seeing yourself as someone who has to fix the mess and start acting as the person who controls the space, everything shifts. Now that your role is clear, let's make this even easier by shrinking the time you think this will take. One of the biggest reasons clutter never gets handled is because it feels endless. Your brain looks at the room and immediately thinks this will take forever. And when something feels endless, you don't start. So we're going to cut the task down to a size your brain can tolerate. Set a timer for 10 minutes. Not 30, not until I feel done. 10 minutes only. When the timer starts, you move. When it ends, you stop, even if you're in the middle of something. During those 10 minutes, don't organize. Don't plan. Just remove obvious friction trash items that clearly don't belong in the room, things you already know you don't use. Fast decisions only. 10 minutes is short enough that your brain doesn't panic, but long enough to create visible change. You'll be surprised how much lighter a space feels when even a small layer of clutter is gone. And here's the important part, stopping on time matters. It teaches your brain that decluttering is contained, not something that steals your entire day. Once you trust that this won't take forever, it becomes much easier to repeat. Now that you have a time limit, let's talk about how to keep clutter from rebuilding the moment you stop. Most people fail at keeping their home manageable because they treat decluttering as a separate task, something extra they have to remember to do. And anything that requires remembering eventually gets skipped. Instead, stop asking when you'll clean and start deciding after what. Pick one existing routine you already do every single day. After dinner, after your morning coffee, before you shower at night. Then attach a short reset to it. For example, after dinner, the rule is simple. Nothing stays on the table. Not mail, not bags, not I'll do it later items. The table resets because dinner ended. No discussion. This works because you're not relying on motivation. You're relying on sequence. One action ends, the reset begins. Keep the reset small. 2 to 5 minutes, enough to return the space to neutral, not perfect. The goal is not a spotless home. It's preventing clutter from gaining momentum. When cleanup becomes automatic instead of optional, your space stops sliding backward without you noticing. Once your routines start protecting your space, the next step is choosing where that effort matters most. Not all rooms matter equally. Some spaces quietly set the tone for everything that comes after. If that space is chaotic, your day starts on the back foot, even if the rest of the house is fine. For most people, that space is the bedroom. It's the first thing you see in the morning and the last thing you see at night. If your brain wakes up to piles, laundry, and visual noise, you start the day already feeling behind. So, don't start where the mess looks worst. Start where order gives you leverage. Clear the obvious. First, the floor, the bed, the surface you look at most. Remove anything that doesn't belong in a sleeping space, work items random in storage, unfinished decisions. You're not decorating. You're creating a place that lets your nervous system stand down. When this space is under control, everything else feels more manageable because your day begins and ends in a calm zone, not in chaos. Once you've secured the space that anchors your day, the next step is making sure it doesn't slowly slide back into disorder. Clutter becomes overwhelming, not because it appears suddenly, but because it's allowed to sit. The longer things stay out of place, the heavier they feel mentally and physically. So the rule here is simple reset while the mess is still soft. This means putting things away when the task that created them is finished, not later. Dishes get cleared once the meal ends. Clothes go into the hamper when you change, not when the pile tips over. Packages get opened and dealt with the same day they arrive. These micro resets take seconds, not minutes, and they prevent the buildup that leads to marathon cleaning sessions you never want to start. You're not aiming for constant cleanliness, you're interrupting accumulation. When you consistently reset small messes, your home stops feeling like a series of unfinished tasks waiting for you. Now that you're preventing new clutter from setting in, it's time to address the deeper issue, the volume of things competing for space in the first place. If your space constantly feels out of control, it's not because you're bad at organizing. It's because there's too much competing for the same space. No system works when volume exceeds capacity. So before you think about storage labels or rearranging remove weight, pick one category, not a room: clothes, mugs, skincare, toys, just one. This keeps the task clean and contained. Go through that category quickly and ask one practical question. Does this earn its place here today? Not someday, not I might need it. Today. Anything that doesn't clearly earn its place leaves the space. Donate it, recycle it, or throw it away, but don't relocate it to another room. Relocating is how clutter survives. When volume drops, everything becomes easier. Cleaning takes less time. Decisions are faster. Your space stops fighting you. Once you experience how much lighter one category feels, the next step is learning how to work through your home without burning out. One of the fastest ways to lose momentum is trying to fix everything at once. When your attention is spread across multiple rooms, nothing actually gets finished, and unfinished spaces drain energy. So narrow your focus. Choose one small, clearly defined space. A drawer, a shelf, a bathroom counter, one corner of a room, not the entire kitchen, not the whole closet, one contained zone. Finish it completely before moving on. Remove what doesn't belong, return what does, and stop. No bouncing between rooms, no side missions. Completing a space gives your brain closure. It replaces the feeling of being behind with proof that progress happened. And here's the key: visible completion builds momentum faster than big plans ever will. Once you stop spreading your effort thin, you'll be ready to make your space work for you, not just look tidy. A lot of clutter comes from trying to maintain a version of our home that isn't actually for us. Spaces set up to look good, not to function. Items kept because they should belong, not because they help. So here's the reset. Your home is a tool, not a display. Look at how you actually live, not how you think you're supposed to live. If you always drop your bag in the same spot, that's not a bad habit, that's data. Put a hook there. If you never use the dining table to eat, stop forcing it to behave like one. Remove things that exist only for appearances and keep what reduces friction in your daily life. When your space matches your real behavior, maintenance becomes easier because you're no longer fighting yourself. Once your home starts working with you instead of against you, the next step is keeping it stable without constant effort. Most cleaning feels exhausting because it happens in catch-up mode when the mess has already piled up and everything feels urgent. By then, even small tasks feel heavy. So switch to real-time cleaning. This means dealing with things at the moment they're created, not batching them for later. Wipe the counter while the kettle boils. Rinse the sink right after brushing your teeth. Put one thing away every time you stand up. These actions are small enough to slip into the gaps of your day so they don't register as extra work. They quietly prevent mess from reaching the point where it needs effort. You're not adding chores. You're spreading them so thin they stop being noticeable. When cleaning happens in real time, your home stays closer to neutral. And neutral is easy to maintain. With daily stability in place, the final step is making sure you don't lose momentum when life gets busy again. This is the last thing I want you to take from this video, because without it, none of the other tips will last. Most homes don't fall into chaos because people don't know what to do. They fall apart because the standard is set too high. When the goal is always clean, every small mess feels like failure, and failure kills consistency. So instead of aiming for perfect, decide on a baseline. A baseline is the condition your home returns to when the day is over. Clear floors, empty sink, nothing broken, nothing urgent, nothing overflowing, not impressive, just stable. On busy days, your only job is to bring the house back to that baseline and then stop. No fixing, no optimizing. No, since I'm already here. This is how homes stay manageable long term. Not through intensity, but through restraint. If you remember nothing else, remember this: a home that asks for perfection will always demand more than you can give. A home that respects your limits will stay with you. That's it. You don't need to do all 10 tips at once. Pick one, start there, and let the rhythm build. Before you click away, let's slow down for a moment. If there's one thing I want you to remember from this video, it's this: your home doesn't need more effort. It needs fewer decisions left unfinished. When decisions are clear, everything else gets lighter. You don't need to do all of this at once. In fact, you shouldn't. Pick one idea that felt obvious, one small reset, one surface, one boundary. That's enough to start shifting the rhythm. If you want to see what this looks like in real life, not theory, not tips, I'll be sharing a full home reset next. From unpacking to organizing, showing how these decisions actually play out when a space is starting fresh. No perfection, just real-time choices. For now, choose one thing today. Decide, reset, stop there. Decluttering isn't about finishing your home. It's about making it easier to live in again and again.